say. But in conclusion,
I'll find something.
I think what makes these movies so good, amongst everything else that we talked about, is the rewatchability. It's not like you find
I think
out
they're better the second time you watch them. They get better. And that's
It's
why
like
I'm excited to watch them again. I'm probably gonna watch them again within the month.
You
So I'm gonna buy them all. So
yeah,
in
you
fact,
for sure
my day off is tomorrow. I'm probably just gonna go to Best Buy. You know what? I'll just have to go and I'll reserve them right now.
Good. Yeah, they are. It's one of the few series where they're like, built around this whodunit aspect, but then once you find out who did it, it somehow even makes it better, because then you go back and rewatch it and you look for every little thing.
Yes. So
that the killer does.
So for the first movie, I mean, that was the movie's been out for almost 30 years at this point. Is it over 30 years? Anyway,
25 years now.
Okay.
26 this year.
So 26 years old this year. Everybody knows the killers for that one, but 2, 3, 4, and now 5, not everybody's going to know those ones. And I certainly didn't going forward and watching them. So I don't think I was right once, except for with the new movie. I knew it was the boyfriend, like at the fucking very beginning of the movie. I was like, it's him.
Yeah.
Because it called back to the original. They talk about the requel thing. And with the way the boyfriend was acting, I was like, they couldn't do it. But of course, it was him. He was my first suspicion. And I didn't get any of the other killers, though. So shout out to Scream 5 for that one.
Either. Yeah, exactly. I got him as well. And it was like the movie started off with me thinking it was him. Time went on in the movie, and I'm like, but he's so sweet. It can't be.
But he escaped and then came back way, 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 way too many times without a plausible explanation, majority of it.
The attack in the hospital, and it was like, where were you? I was watching Netflix, and it's like, oh, good alibi.
Right.
But what's funny is rewatching the movie for the second time, like I did, the person calling him out on it is the other killer.
That's awesome. I didn't even realize it was
Amber,
her.
Where she's like, oh, good alibi there, Netflix. And then she's like, come on, Netflix. Let's give him some
really
room.
Funny.
Yeah,
actually.
So it's like, hey, don't call your partner out.
Oh my God. I love it.
Yeah.
See, again, the movies get better when you watch them.
Exactly.
Case in point.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, but a total neck and neck franchise, man. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned, because in every single one of the heavy hitters that I've pulled off the shelf numerous times, there's so many stinkers in between.
Yeah,
the good ones, but this one, there's only one that's considered bad.
Right, and it's not even really bad.
Yeah. So what a win. What a win of a fucking franchise. I'm so glad the movie came out. It gave me a reason to watch them. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In a way, this is almost like the prelude to forcing fandoms almost, but being that it worked out the way it did with so many videos having to come out so quickly, this couldn't be a forcing fandoms, but in a lot of ways it is, because I was, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. You had only seen the first 2 years ago, and then I made you a fan.
Which was not only a surprise to Brandon, but a total surprise, because as I'm watching him, I'm thinking of all the shitty horror movies I've watched in the last 2 decades. How are these not? It was a really weird thing. And isn't Cody Leach new to the Scream franchise-ish as well?
Yeah, I do believe so.
That's why I love that channel so much.
You know what he said, though?
What?
I meant to say this to you. And, I love Cody Leach, outside of him sometimes tearing me a new asshole in the comments. But he mentioned in the new movie that he thought the cast was not very good. And I could not disagree more. I thought the cast was
So I didn't watch his full review. I saw his short when he was like, but for all you guys saying this is the best Scream, not a chance. I think that's what he said. And I'm like, It's pretty damn
up
good.
there. It's up there. And, Yeah, he said that he thought some of the cast was like weak and all this kind of stuff. And I'm a pretty hard critic. I'll tell you, there's bad acting in Scream 3. There's some even worse acting in Scream 4. And this movie, I think, is 100% solid. There's one brief scene where Sam is talking to Sydney, who Sydney's like, it's nice to meet you. I've been through this before a lot, all this kind of stuff. And Sam seems a little wooden in that moment. And I think it was on purpose, though. She's putting up a front. She wants to make it seem like she doesn't care so she can get out of town, because that's the only place in the entire movie. Melissa Barrera, I think is her name, that plays that role. That's the only time in the movie that she's wooden, but it seems people just clamped onto that one for dear life, and they keep saying she's wooden through the entire movie. And I'm like, I just don't see it. I'm usually pretty hard on movies, but I just don't see it. I think the acting is great.
Yeah, it was one of the most enjoyable movies I've seen in years.
Yeah. And I loved every character. I really did. There was not a single character that I was like, oh, this one, or, oh my God, here this comes, or whatever, even stupid ass, oh my God, Vince, even stupid ass Vince, with his, I see you later, dollface, or whatever he says. When he's like in the bar, it's like, oh, I'll see you later, sweetheart.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart.
Like, what's that accent?
I don't know.
What is that accent? But I just realized something. I didn't mention this in the reviews or our first thoughts because I didn't know it yet. I noticed that the second time I saw the movie, they mentioned it in the movie. Vince is Stu Macher's nephew. So the guy that, I'll see you later, sweetheart. And the peeing on the side of the building, be like, fuck this place, piece of shit place, in the car being turned on. And obviously, throat slit, red right hand, blah, blah, blah. Stu Macher's nephew, Stu Macher's sister's son. They say it in the movie.
I thought they mentioned it.
Yeah, they did during the living room scene with Dewey, with the whole, well, maybe you're the killer, because that cut deep, like that whole kind of thing.
I fucking love that. I mean, not only was it sincerely true, but it had the comedy behind it.
Yeah,
Dewey, like we said, he was so standout.
He was
in Scream 5.
He was. And
he's honestly my favorite character in the whole franchise. I just fucking love that guy. He's got his heart in the right place. He's a little goofy, stumbles a bit, but he's so lovable,
Yeah, he is like like a lot of people would be in that situation. They'd be kind of like out of their element. I know I would be if I was the cop starting in the first movie moving forward. So, and he gets his ass handed to him repeatedly,
oh yeah,
just getting destroyed over and over and over again.
Stand back.
To the point of nerve damage and whatnot, but he's such a like a sweet, sincere, bit naive character, and it's hard not to love him for sure. He's a little iffy in Scream 3, though that's obviously not David Arquette's fault. That was the way it was written. But yeah, I love Dewey, and I love the characters, and I cannot wait. Please don't let me down, guys, directors. I don't know. They're not dead. I don't know why I look to the heavens, but don't let me down, guys, because we really want to see Kirby back in the next movie. So
yes, fan favorite, guys. Come on.
Yeah, 100%. and there was like a meme that was online that was like these characters would be best friends, and it was the one twin, the girl, and it was Kirby. You know, they'd be best friends, is what it said, and I was like, yeah, it's probably true. It's time I learned that girl's name. I know the guy's name is Chad, and I can't think of her name at the moment for some reason.
I have to rewatch it. As a side note, I need to watch a movie like 2 or 3 times before I remember the characters' names.
Interesting. Sometimes I do as well, but obviously I went and familiarized myself with the entire cast's names before the first thoughts.
I didn't even watch the entire trailer for Scream. Right when I saw him fucking with the doors with the cell phone, I was like, you know what? I'm turning this off because I don't want to get spoiled. So I didn't even look at the cast list. I don't really watch trailers too much anymore. They give too much shit away.
This one didn't. I would not send you a trailer, which I sent you this one. Obviously, I wouldn't send you a trailer that gave too much away. I sent it to you because it was awesome.
And they had Ryan Johnson's ghost face in the thumbnail of it. They have the chrome ghost face mask.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Very misleading. Very stab. Anyway, so any more concluding thoughts here for the Scream franchise? I think we covered our bases pretty well.
I believe we covered it pretty well. Yep.
Until we fell off toward the end, like always, but whatever. Always happens. Always happens at the end.
All of that is really nothing. It'll just be cut out. But thank you for joining us,
as
everybody.
Always,